know some of you, most of you, think that that is a malady relegated to the feminine gender, but I am here to set you straight. A man can have PMS. Madam Toastmaster and ladies and gentlemen, PMS, power, money, sex appeal. This speech is for those of us who have that malady or some synonyms that are similar to power, money, and sex appeal. Let me tell you how I acquired this malady. 15 years ago, I started my own consulting business, out on my own. And for the first 2 years, I could have written a book, How to Start a Business and Lose Money. I was an expert. I lost money you wouldn't believe. But then I got my first client, BMC Software, a company that Jim Price used to work for. And I worked my butt off, and it was a good assignment. Then came another assignment, and another assignment, and another engagement. Started hiring people, 10 people, opened an office downtown. And when I went into my office and talked to my employees, they did what I told them. The landlord said, "Good morning, Mr. Murray." I was powerful. Clients started to pay me, so I raised the rate. They started to pay me more. I raised the rate. I looked in my wallet, and it was full of the green stuff, not much else. And 15 years ago, I had sex appeal. Okay, give me 2 out of 3. And the more I worked, the more PMS I acquired. It was like a habit, a drug. Work hard, more power, more money. So I bought a 1966 red Corvette Roadster, and I had sex appeal. I would drive around in that car feeling powerful. I had money. I had a tiger by the tail, and I was swinging it. And I worked my butt off. And my employees worked their butts off. And we satisfied our clients. And I chased PMS. And I got good at it. Then I had a physical problem. Started slowly. I had trouble urinating. Didn't pay any attention. I was after PMS. Had the tiger by the tail. Then there was blood. My wife said, "You need to go to a doctor." Went to the doctor. Sent me to a urologist. Now, you may not know this, but urologist is code word for unpleasant experience. He examined me, and after the examination, in a rather nonchalant way, "Mr. Murray, you have cancer." Cancer? You have cancer! Now, I didn't expect that. I didn't want it. It was not fair. The tiger I had by the tail turned around and bit me. And my life stopped. Now, sports medicine will tell you that a Major League Baseball player, a tennis player, can see the spin on the ball traveling at 100 miles an hour. It's a surreal experience. And as I sat in front of that doctor, it was a surreal experience. My life went into slow motion. It was like he was talking in a garbage can, an echo. Surgery. Remove your bladder. Cancer metastasized. Where could it be? A device on the side of your leg. And I was almost in semi-consciousness. I left his office and walked home, forgetting the '66 Corvette Roadster was parked in the parking lot. How important was it now? Went back, got in the car, drove home, and what was I going to say to my wife? And what would she do with this information So when I came into the house, she said to me, Bill, what did he say? I have a cyst that has to be removed. I didn't want her to worry. What could she do? I went to MD Anderson to schedule for the surgery, and I went into 5 departments. And when I left those 5 departments, the nurse would say to me, good luck, Mr. Murray. What I saw on her face, I'm glad it's you and not me. So I went into the surgery, and while I was under the effects of the anesthesia, the surgeon came out and spoke to my wife and 2 friends that were there. He said to my wife, the tumor has ruptured. We don't know. We took biopsies around his bladder. And as soon as we have the results, we'll start chemotherapy. Chemo? What for? Well, Mrs. Murray, your husband has cancer. My wife learned I had cancer from a stranger. And I woke up in the recovery room, and there was my wife, teary-eyed, puffy face, saying to me, Bill, why didn't you tell me? I can't stand the thought that you carry this burden around by yourself. PMS or unconditional love. The next morning I was in my bed in recovery, catheters rinsing my bladder. That friend who was with my wife was in my room. The phone rang. It was the urologist. Bill, I have good news and bad news. Tell me the bad news, and I'm thinking of metastasis, thinking that the cancer had spread. And what he said to me was, it's going to hurt like the dickens when they pull out that catheter. Okay, what's the good news? You don't have cancer. You're 1 in a million. Inside your bladder was an inverted papilloma. I have never seen an inverted papilloma in a bladder. It usually occurs on the back of the hand or in the nasal canal. And I said over the phone, nasal canal, and Dick Shea, my friend, said to me, Bill, what's the matter? I blurted out, my nose is in my bladder. I don't have cancer. And Dick grabbed the bedpost, jumped up. PMS, or unbridled joy of a friend. That's your good fortune. So my inverted papilloma was a gift. What's important? And during the surgery, they took a picture of my inverted papilloma. I don't know how they got the camera in there, and I don't know. Now when I look into my wallet, there is my inverted papilloma. What's in your wallet? What's important to you? You may not have had a brush with cancer or a serious accident. And if you haven't, I have some extra pictures of my inverted papilloma. And remember what's important and what's trivial. Write that up there on the blackboard of your mind.